as finance, you have HR, you have corporate EHS, then you have investor relations, like all about 5-6 corporate functions. Number one. Number two, there are many businesses. You are in the field. You have power business, you have construction business. For each business, a senior person is selected. So the representation of corporate functions, okay. So out of 15, say 6, 7, remaining 8 company businesses. These are cross-functional team, represent the whole company's operations. That team actually drives the sustainability exercise on behalf of the board in the whole company. It acts the interface between the OD. Let me tell you, whole company's operations are divided into 8 operating divisions, whole company. You can say the division is like a company. You can say L&T is a group of companies. Each division is a group of companies. Within each division there are many companies, you can say that. This whole L&T is something like 25 to 30 companies divided into 8 groups. So each of the group is called an OD, operating division. So each OD head is one of the directors, he heads the OD. At the level of each OD there is a sustainability council. This council consists of members again from corporate center, environment, social, finance, business verticals. So what it does, sustainability council meets once in a quarter, once in a month. They advise the OD head, they drive sustainability for the respective businesses within the particular OD. And coming down at each factory, at each office, at each location, we have a sustainability team, a team of people who are involved in implementing sustainability initiatives, and also people who gather data and report back to the top management. So it is top down and bottom up. And the critical role is performed by the core team which acts as interface between the ODs and the director. And corporate management team, the board of directors, or CMC we call it, reviews this every quarter and they give direction for the whole company. Next. Now as a part of the journey we have drafted the policies which are applicable across the company, the corporate EHS policy, we have sustainability policy, we have corporate human resources policy. Next. Okay. Now some of the initiatives taken by us during the journey is number one, we have also constituted at the level of corporate EHS council. Can anybody tell me what EHS? Good. So at the corporate level, we constitute a council which actually oversees the EHS initiatives across the company and monitors and gives feedback to management. They also clarified the roles of EHS team, roles and responsibilities. Then we issued sustainability guidelines booklets. See, another thing is sustainability exercise like this cannot be carried out by just giving a directive. We need to create a lot of awareness amongst the people. If you go to business people, they will say we are busy in producing and we are busy in selling. We have no time for sustainability. So sustainability cannot be some separate activity of some people. It has to be integrated as part of your normal operations, the part of normal business. So we issued sustainability guidelines booklet to all the operating managers. So when they do business, they must keep in mind sustainability related implications and accordingly take decisions. Fine, I think we'll go to next. Now, while preparing the report, what is important is that, what is the report? The report talks about the company's sustainability initiatives. But what should the report talk about? Can somebody tell me? When you say report, what should the report talk about? What do you write in the report? Performance is good, I think very good. But what performance? But social performance, you're right, economic, is vast. Socially, there are so many subjects, economic, so many of it. Do you write everything? As such, whatever you publish itself is so thick. If you write everything, whatever, it becomes so big, people won't read. Somebody from this side? Okay, finally what you say is abstract, but you have to make a report. You cannot tell me, can you cover everything in your report? Cannot cover. So what is important here is that you should report what is material to the company. When L&T does the report, L&T has to do what is material, what is important, what is relevant. The company has to decide. So the company also, when stakeholders read the report, it also should make a difference. Company should communicate to the stakeholders what is important. I must decide what my stakeholders. You know what is stakeholder, right? Can somebody this side tell me Who are the stakeholders of the company like L&T? Can you be louder? Okay, this side. Customers. Okay. Shareholders, then employees, good. Suppliers, okay. Government, society, okay. Investors, okay. All these people. So when I make a report is not for me. Report is for others. Stakeholder. When stakeholder reads, I am trying to communicate to stakeholders about L&T, right? So I need to decide what I should communicate, what I should focus, what I should emphasize, what my stakeholders should know about L&T, because I want to create a favorable impression about the company in the minds of stakeholders. Okay. You decide that by a kind of materiality workshop you conduct. Each ODs we conduct materiality workshop where we get all business people come, they discuss and debate whole day. We can a lot of workshops. Each business will decide, this is important for me. We are actually doing a lot of things to save energy. Somebody else say that we are producing these products by conserving precious materials. Our products don't use any harmful substances. A construction guy should say, look, we are making kind of concrete which uses less water. Okay, we want to communicate this to the shareholders. Somebody will say, look, we are doing a lot of social activities. We are covering, taking care of a lot of communities around our factories. We are giving the best education, health and all that. So what is important? The materiality workshop decides what is material. Secondly, having decided this, we make a sum of this across the company. Then, having done, secondly, you should look from the stakeholders' perspective. Like all the stakeholders that you mentioned, what is that they are looking for in a company? What does an investor want to know about a company? What does a customer want to know about the company? So we also should build stakeholders' perspective into a report. For that, we conduct stakeholder engagements. We have formal stakeholder engagement. We call stakeholders, identified, the number of meetings we hold. Okay, the two, one is structured stakeholders meeting throughout the year, whereby we interview them, we have open forums, we give questionnaires, we collect from them. What is that you want to know about L&T? At the same time, throughout the year, there are a lot of forums where interact, that also is captured. So we combine output of the materiality workshop with respect to stakeholders engagement together helps us to basically decide the list of issues, the agenda for the report. Go to the next one. So for this year, for 2010 report on preparation, for example, we found these are the issues which we need to address. This is the result of the stakeholders engagement, this materiality workshop. How many issues are, they say, attrition rate, high attrition, L&T has 10% attrition, so we need to address that issue. Attrition rate, capacity building, employee health and safety, very important. Inclusive development, then have sustainability, disclosure, transparency. I think the list is all self-explanatory. So this gives a kind of template for you to focus on. Next. Okay. Finally, okay, this talks about, in general, what does the GRI expect? GRI expects you to cover, okay, expect to cover these topics, basically reporting nothing but collecting information from the nook and corners of the company about all these indicators, integrating them into a kind of report. Basically, the reporting nothing but one sentence, collect, collate and report. So, how this happens, I will explain through the help of a diagram. Go to next one. Next, yeah. These are all the units, the plant locations, the project locations, the offices. Okay, stop. Okay. Now, what are, yeah, you can stop here. What happens, all these units report the data to the concerned ODT. I told you there is Sustainability Council, OD is there. They get the data and they scrutinize the data. There is a central server called eCampus server available within the company. Through the server, it comes to corporate research department at the head office. Next. What they do is that they check, they verify the data, authenticity of the data, whether in line with the GRI requirements, some kind of thing, they again send back, press again. Yes. Once again, yeah. Again. So this iteration takes place finally after 2 or 3 rounds iteration, press. Yeah. Finally, and the data whatever is collected is full and complete, corporate issues department press again. This goes to corporate core team. I told you corporate core team of those 15 people, they look at the whole data for the whole company. Next. Okay. Next again. Yeah. Next. Then when once it's then that is shared with the top management. Then we share with the board of directors, CMC we call it there. We show this is what the LLT means. LLT report looks like, the data looks like. Then next. So it goes to again after getting approval of the top management, it goes to corporate core team. Then next. It is given the data approved by corporate management. It goes to external verification agency. In our case, last year Ernst & Young was the agency we selected to audit. They get this, they carry out audit, they visit all the locations, they check for the authentic data, they find the gaps in the information. So they do very thorough exercise, and sometimes they don't accept the data. So they reject, they give comments, okay. Then once verified data comes, that actually is compiled into a report. Report is designed, Then the report so designed is now in the public domain, That is we publish the report. Report is put in the intranet, Next. Then of course we also prepare hard copies, we circulate, we mail to stakeholders. Otherwise, in any case, it is there at the LLT website, anybody can see. Next. There is also feedback mechanism where any stakeholder reads the report is welcome to give the feedback to corporate core team. We get the feedback comes to me and my colleagues. We look at that, some people criticize, some people give suggestions, some people praise. All these things taken back and kept as inputs to take corrective action for the next report or something needs to be done within the company, we do that. Next. I think that as a process of reporting, but the whole thing takes 1 year. Normally the reporting cycle is 1 year, and normally for this year I will publish a report in the month of November, but for the next year already our action has started. Okay. Now another important thing we have done is that previous one. Okay, next one. Okay. We have, as a part of the journey, we are a project company. I think 70% of business comes from executing large projects. We are basically contracting company. A lot of risks in a project. There is financial risk, there is economic risk, there is the risks of disaster, there is the risks of many risks. So we put in place a risk management policy whereby it's become mandatory within the company to evaluate. So far, whenever L&T was bidding for a project, we were only evaluating financial risks. But after this sustainability journey, we are also evaluating social risks, environmental risks at the time of bidding, so that you are aware of the risks, so that you can also have a contingency plan to address the risk in case it occurs. Next. Now another, how many of you worked in corporates? How many of you worked? Okay. Yeah, now people who worked in the corporates know that there is audit. Okay, I think there is audit, internal audit, external audit. So we thought one way to make our businesses comply with our economics and social risk management policy, and also various other initiatives we'll talk about a bit later, is to really make it a part of audit process. Earlier audit process basically covered financial audit and systems audit. Now we have made audit of each department. When they do, they also audit with respect to sustainability. So that there is a department that gets the report, management gets the report about sustainability performance. Next.